back to technology, finally. So about my day, it was some of the hardest things I think was that having no technology gave me very high anxiety because I have another group project and I wasn't able to contact any of my group members, and it's due tomorrow, or I guess today because it's now 1:30 in the morning. And so I was really, really having anxiety about that. I was dreaming about it before I even woke up this morning about not being able to talk to them. And then also just everything I tried to do today, I realized that I needed technology. I was thinking, oh, I'll walk over to my sister's house so that I'm not driving around in a car and I can do something. But then I realized that I needed to call my sister to ask if I could come over. And I couldn't do that. And I couldn't get on Facebook and I couldn't message her. And I don't know. It was hard. And then everywhere I went, all my roommates were using technology, and then I kind of realized that I couldn't escape it. I live really close to the rec center, and I was in my bathroom, the window was open, and I was just getting ready, and I could hear the music coming from the rec center, and so it was kind of like there was music playing, but so I couldn't escape it in that sense. And then my roommates were constantly on their phones, and it was really hard to watch and then not be able to get on my phone. But for the most part, that wasn't like the hardest part. I would just say that the anxiety that it gave me was really bad. And besides that, music was actually a really big deal. The fact that I didn't have music for some reason, I didn't think that that would be a very hard thing, but I guess that I just listen to music way more than I thought. Normally when I wake up in the morning, I reach for my laptop to grab it and turn on some music to get me started on my day, or just, I don't know, to fill the silence. And so that was weird. I scribbled from my laptop halfway like awake, half asleep, and then realized that it wasn't here because I'd given it to my roommate before. And then I tried to take a jog this morning, and I cut it really short because I couldn't listen to music. And then came home, showered, and then after I got done showering, realized I wasn't allowed to use anything to do my hair with. So I'm left with this beautiful mess. And other than that, I was pretty much so hungry the whole day. I had gone out the night before and gotten some food, but it definitely wasn't enough, and just like not very much of a variety. I pretty much ate apples, peaches, pretzels, bread and Nutella, and water. So I can't wait to have a real meal in the morning when I wake up. And then today was just very hard for me because I gave up my contacts. And so I couldn't do anything without anyone. And my roommate, who thankfully like my best friend, and we have the same school schedule. So, today I also had no school. So it would be a lot different to give up technology on a day where you at school and then on a day where you don't have school, because I just felt like this was the slowest day of my life. I feel like it passed by in seconds, literally, just counting them like minutes. It was so slow. I was counting them down, waiting to get back all my stuff. And it wasn't because I just like couldn't manage without it. It was just because literally there's only so many things I could do. It wasn't like I could go on a hike. Well, first of all, I couldn't go on the hike because I don't have my contacts in, so I would have died. But it's not like I could go hike Bishop's. Well, I guess I could have, but then I would have had to walk all the way to Bishop's, which is not close to my house at all, and then hike that and then come back. But one thing I did do was, I did everything with my roommate, like I was saying, because I was having a really hard time seeing, so she pretty much walked everywhere with me just to make sure I was okay, and she walked downtown with me. We walked around downtown just to like kill time because I had nothing to do, and thankfully she didn't have school, so she could do stuff like that with me. And then I walked back, cleaned everything. I took a nap because there was really nothing else to do. I tried to teach myself how to draw. I'm still not good at it. I just found that at first I thought I would be way more productive today, and I was thinking, oh great, this is going to be good, I'm going to get ahead, I can do so many things. But what I really found out is that it was a completely unproductive day. It was productive in the sense that, yes, I cleaned my bedroom, it's sparkling clean, I cleaned our bathroom, cleaned the kitchen, took the trash out, I did all that great stuff, but I couldn't do any of my homework. I couldn't send emails out. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't call people. It just really, really slowed me down. I'm behind in schoolwork now rather than ahead of it because I gave it all up, especially because I'm a broadcast journalism major, so all of my homework is on like the computer, or a lot of the times I'm shooting stories. Thankfully, I didn't have to shoot a story today, but in the case that I had, I would have been in big trouble. But one thing that I talked with Dia about was how technology can make us more independent. And it definitely can, because then I could have hopped in my car and drove somewhere by myself today and just entertained myself in other ways. But I was definitely stuck at home. I was around more people. And I always had to be with Kelly because I couldn't see anything. But also what I realized is that it had some tools on personal relationships. I had to go to a meeting tonight, and multiple people came up to me in the meeting and asked if I was mad at them because I hadn't been answering their texts or phone calls all day. And I purposely didn't tell anyone, so I had to tell them that it was for a project and that I was not mad at them, and I would answer them in a little bit when I got my phone back, or I answered their questions right there, but that I would text them back. But it's just kind of crazy to see how technology plays such a huge role in our lives. I just literally felt like I had absolutely nothing to do today. I felt lost. I just felt like I literally just think I passed a lot of time staring at a wall. And that's really sad to think that technology can control that much of our lives and what we're doing. But at the same time, it's not very sad to me, because I just think that that's how we're advancing as humans. It's just kind of the race to the top kind of thing, and I don't know, it really does provide a lot more for people to do. It's definitely been an interesting experience. I can't say that I want to do it again, particularly because of how behind it made me and the anxiety that it gave me about not being able to be in contact with important people and groups. But definitely think it was an interesting experience, and I'm looking forward to finishing this project. So I will blog about everything more in depth. And now it's time for bed, being that I have 8 a.m. class. Good night.